Okay. Yes, is my screen visible? Yes, let me know. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the black box testing techniques. What are the types and all? Okay. So similar to that, today we'll go with the white box testing technique. Okay. So can anyone tell what is white box testing by comparing with the name black box testing? Why they are given the name as white box testing? Anyone? Yes, Madhuri, Smith.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is white box testing? Why they given the
Yes, sir.
name?
So in black box testing, what happens is the tester generally does not have the knowledge of what the code inside is.
Mhm.
He just tests about the behavior, like the behavior of the code. In white box testing is we check the actual logic and the flow in which the code is designed. Means the tester is having the knowledge of the programming language and the logic which the developer has applied.
Okay, means for white box testing, the programming knowledge is required. It is compulsory to test software application. Programming knowledge is required. Okay. So white box testing is a software testing technique in which the internal structure. Okay, so in the internal structure, design, coding of the softwares are tested to verify the flow of input output and to improve the design, usability, and security of the software. The flow of input. Okay, so the flow of input from input to output. Input output. So for example, if we see 2 plus 2, it will give the output as 4. So this operation, add operation. Okay, so we'll check the logic of this particular program, the internal design or details. Okay, so that is very important. White box testing, it is a software testing technique. It mainly check the design, code, internal structure of the software system, and also the how it the flow from input to output. White box testing is also called as clear box testing. Okay, clear box, open box testing, and transparent box testing, code box testing, glass box testing. So these are the different names. Okay, white box testing is also called as the name glass box testing, code testing, transparent testing. Okay, because we will see the inner details. So in white box testing, the testing approach of the software testing, it's mainly involves the testing from the external or end user type perspective. Okay, it involves the external or end user type perspective. On the other hand, white box testing in the software engineering is based upon the inner working of the application. Means both we consider like inner working of the application and also the in terms of end user perspective. Means end user perspective means how the usability, how the software is easy to use. So the term white box was used because the see through the box concept means we can see the logic, the structure, code. Okay, so there is inner working of the software so that the end user experience can be tested. So in this class, we will discuss about what is the white box testing, how to verify the white box testing, how to perform, and some examples, techniques. Okay, in black box testing, what are the different techniques? In black box testing, the types are functional testing and non-functional testing, regression testing. Okay, functional testing, non-functional testing, and regression testing, these are the different type of black box testings. And the techniques, what are the techniques? Equivalence class partitioning technique, then boundary value analysis, and data testing and state testing. See, there are some companies are there like in the future. In the second semester, you may get some companies like the role-based companies, like as a developer, okay, or tester, okay. So likewise, they give the JD job description. So like I think web tech developer. There is a company, web tech developer, Pune-based company. So in that web tech developer, mainly uh, they mainly recruit based upon the their job descriptions. Okay, so based upon the job description. So like there will be particularly the sections will be different. The test is different for the developer will is different, and tester role is different. Okay, so for that, suppose for the tester role, so they ask the questions based upon the testing concepts. Okay, so you people have to be the thorough with these testing concepts. Okay, at least you should know at least one of the software testing automation tool. So that will be helpful. Okay. So you should know at least one of the automation tool. At least in your syllabus, we are covering the Selenium testing tool. Okay, Selenium tool that we use for the both manual testing and also for the automation testing. Okay. So means why I'm telling is that you should don't neglect some of the concepts, because these are the concepts that will be helpful in your placement, or even your interview also. Okay. Because in Agile and all, they want the a cross-functional team. The candidate one who have the knowledge of developer testing and all. Okay. So what do you verify? What do you verify in the white box testing? So white box testing mainly it involves the testing of the software code. Okay. So mainly we check for the security holes. Okay, security is a very important concern. Then broken or poorly structured path in the coding process, like for example the for loop, while loop. Okay, some condition the loops. Okay, like yes, in the last class we have discussed one example, like suppose in the transaction, while doing the ATM transaction. Okay, if you have provided the correct username and password, your login is you can access, you can login is success. Okay, if you provide a wrong username and password, then what happens? It gives one more attempt. Try again. So second time also, if you provide wrong, again try attempt. A third time, what happens? It gives a warning message that if you try for one more time, your card will be blocked. Okay. So in that way, you have to write a code. So you have to check. So the structured path in the coding process, the flow of specific input through the code, the expected output, the functionality of the conditional loops. Okay, we'll mainly focus on the code structure, testing of the each statement. It is very important. We are covering each statement in the code, each statement, code, and functions on the individual basis. The testing can be done at system, integration, and unit level of software developments. Okay, so white box testing is that mainly here we are covering the individual, means we are covering all the like module based testing. So here we are covering the individual unit. Okay, we are covering means we are covering the unit based or modules, we can say modules. Okay, we are like suppose these are the different units, means this is the one way, that is unit testing. And integration testing, what we are doing, this is the unit testing. And in integration testing we are integrating these two modules. Okay, we are integrating. For example, in integration testing, what happens, suppose suppose if it is a payment transfer module. If it is a payment transfer module, okay, so there is a 1,000 rupees balance is there. And here if I transfer 500 rupees, if I transfer the 500 rupees to this particular third party, suppose if this is a third party or third party module, okay, a beneficiary. Okay, so here if I transfer the 500 rupees, so the 500 rupees is transferred to this particular module, means the beneficiary account. Then what is the balance should update here? The balance remaining should be 500. Okay, means there should be updation, means it should work properly. Okay, suppose आपने यहाँ 1,000 रुपीज वो है एंड आपने 500 रुपीज ट्रांसफर किया, तो 500 रुपीज तो ट्रांसफर हो गया, बट बैलेंस अभी भी 1,000 रुपीज है, देन इट विल बी लॉस टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. लॉस टू द विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? बैंक. बैंक में फिर लॉस में हो जाएगा. ओके, इवन if you transfer two times 500 फिर भी उनका बैलेंस 1,000 ही है, then there will be a loss to the banking organization. Okay, so this unit testing, integration testing, then system testing, the complete okay, complete module system testing, complete software system testing. Okay, so the testing can be done at the system level, integration testing, unit level of the software development. Means in this way we are covering the each statement, everything, all the code we are covering. Okay, so one of the basic goal of white box testing is to verify a working flow of an application. Okay, we are checking the working flow of the application, and it involves the testing a series of predefined inputs against the expected and desired output, so that when a specific input does not result in the expected output, you have encountered a bug. Okay, so here with respect to the test cases, we are writing the test cases. Okay, and with respect to the test cases, even both black box testing or white box testing, these are some testing techniques. In all the cases we are writing the test cases, and with respect to the input, okay, input, the expected output and the desired actual output, we are comparing. Okay, if there is a mismatch in the expected output and actual output, so there is a bug or error is encountered. Okay, bug or error is encountered. Okay, so this is the mainly how the we verify, means how we verify in the white box testing. White box testing mainly we compare all the complete the step by step or statement by statement, all the codes, the functionalities. Okay, we'll go through the complete code and we'll have testing the different levels. unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and all. Okay. Means with respect to those levels of testing we are covering, like for example, like normally in the real time. See, you are in the seventh semester. Okay, seventh semester. So, like you have gone through the first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth, five, sixth. These are the different units. Okay, these are the different units, and these are integrated also. Like one, there is a connection, one module to another module, one semester to second semester. There is a connection. There is a like the some of the subjects that concepts you are using in the next semester. Okay, and after the your seventh semester or eighth semester, okay, that complete system means you are a graduation. You are a graduate. Okay, system graduate means you are capable to you are a working professional. There is complete system is working. You are applying your knowledge, whatever you are learned in your B career or your self study, whatever you have gained the knowledge that you are applying. Okay, system testing. Hmm? So everything matters. So how do you perform? How do you perform the white box testing? So there are basically two steps. Okay. So that what the tester do when the testing an application using the white box testing. First is that understanding the source code. Okay, in white box testing, the tester has to understand the source code. Okay, the tester will often do a learn and understand the source code of the application. That's why the in the projects and all for every statement or maximum you will write the comments. Okay, comments in the statement like to understand. If suppose if a person is written the code. Okay, the developer, okay, he has written the code, so he has to write properly with the comment and all proper format, so that this tester can understand the code. Okay, that's why in industry the rating of the code is different. I think you people also know the level of code written by the student is different and industry person is different. So white box testing involves the testing of the inner working of an application. So tester must be very knowledgeable in programming language. And some programming knowledge is required, at least some core concepts, some like basic level also it is required used in the application what they are testing. Okay, because if they don't understand the code and all, then it is very difficult to like analyze the flow of code and all. Okay. So also the testing person must be highly aware of the securing the code practices. Then security is often one of the primary objective of the testing software. Okay, like means the tester he should know some testing concept like the because the credentials are involved here. The tester should be able to find the security issues, prevent the attacks, okay, from the hackers. Okay, and the Navy users who might inject malicious code into the application either knowingly or unknowingly. Okay, so security is very important, and that's why the software tester he should know the means the programming concepts he should know. Okay, so that's why all the companies nowadays they are conducting a coding test. Okay, coding test. The way of conduction of coding test the 5 years is different compared to the present day. How they are changed to check the coding skills of the students. Okay, at least if you know some basic concepts also, you are having a chance to get a job. Okay, so it is very important. So create the first is that understand the source code. Okay, understanding the source code is very important. Then create the test cases and execute. Okay, so the software tester, he has to write a test cases based upon the how the program flow structure. Okay, so one way is writing more code to test the application, because even in the Selenium testing tool also, the Selenium open source testing tool. Okay, we can use the black box testing and white box testing also. There is a Selenium web driver is there. Okay, Selenium web driver. So in this Selenium web driver, the tester should have knowledge of the coding. He has to write some code to perform the automation testing. Okay. So this method requires that tester must have the intimate knowledge of the code and is often done by the developer. Okay. Means for white box testing, the knowledge of the code is required. At least some basic knowledge. Okay, so you can see the difference, how the difference between the black box and white box testing. Okay, as in the previous class we discussed about the black box testing. Black box testing, we mainly focus on input and output. We are not bothering about the logic inside. But in white box testing, we are mainly focusing on the logic, the detailed structure. Okay, okay, the detail inside the logic. This is white box testing and black box testing. In black box testing, we are not bothering the inner details. Okay, details not required. Detail, no need to analyze the details. But in white box testing, internal knowledge, the code understanding is required. So here, like the example, white box testing, how, like here, consider a very sample code. There is a function print me. Okay, there is a function print me a integer a b arguments. Okay, so here result a plus b. If the result is greater than 0, print positive. So if this condition fails, if this condition fail, the result is negative. Okay, so here they are written the comments also. Okay, like what is this print me function. Okay, end of the source code. So this is very a simple example. Here the main thing is that how they check statement by statement the code. Okay, so the goal of white box testing in the software engineering is to verify all the decision branches. Okay, here the decision branches, loop, and statement in the code. Okay, so to exercise the statement in the above white box testing example, the test cases would be like the input, based upon the input. So here in this case, suppose here a is equal to 2, b is equal to 4. Okay, so with respect to this input, we need to write the test cases. So the output, what is the in this case, what is the output? It should be positive. It should be positive. Suppose if expected and actual output, if they matches, then there is no error. Expected is positive, actual output is also positive, then there is no error. Okay, and if there is a like minus 2 here, suppose a is equal to minus, a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 4. So what is the result? Minus 2. Okay, then the expected should be this one, expected and actual. Suppose if it is giving the some the result as -6, then it is fail. Okay, so in this way we need to write the test cases for the these white box testing. Okay, so this is all about white box testing, and we'll discuss in the next class. And also there are some tools are there in the tools, like for example this Parasoft Java, I think Java automation testing tool, Java tool. Okay, Parasoft Java testing tool for the testing an application. Then Eclema, that is also a Java based testing tool. Then PyUnit, I think you people are familiar with this PyUnit, Python unit testing framework, Python unit testing framework. So you'll get uh, like some these concepts that and all. You just search it in the Google. Okay, and HTML unit 2. This is also one of the testing tool that it retrieves the content from the web page. It retrieves the content from the web pages. So HTML unit, CPP unit. Means these are some open source, open source free version testing tools that you should use in your student project, or suppose if you are doing any internships and all, so you can apply. So once you go through at least these tools, so what happens, you can add it in your resume. Okay, you can add it in your resume. So you can go through this because as per my knowledge, you people are good in the coding, the programming and all. You people are good, so you can go through these tools. You can apply in your project, or at least you should know how these automation tools, how we can use. Okay, so these are all white box testing tools. So white box testing tool, you should have knowledge of the code. Okay, so in the next class we'll continue the remaining part.